Gentlelady is recognized for 6 minutes.
Okay. Madam Speaker, I rise to urge my colleagues to defeat the previous question on the rule, to amend it and make it in order House consideration of the clean, bipartisan Homeland Security Appropriations Act for fiscal year 2015, negotiated in good faith last November. Today is February 11th, 134 days into fiscal year 2015. With only 17 days remaining until the current CR expires, the House is scheduled to be in session only 6 more days. Yet this Congress is no closer than it was last December to carrying out its basic responsibility to appropriately fund the Department of Homeland Security, whose primary mission is protecting us from terrorist attacks. Secretary Johnson has warned us over and over again that the Republicans' leadership refusal to allow a vote on the clean, bipartisan funding bill is threatening the national security of our country. He tells us that without a full-year budget, he is unable to move forward on key Homeland Security priorities, including new investments in border security technology, more aggressive investigations by ICE related to drug smuggling, human smuggling, and trafficking, preparedness for responding to surges in illegal migration, security upgrades at the White House complex, and grants for state and local terrorism prevention and response capabilities, and the list goes on. I am truly perplexed as to what it will take to convince the Republican leadership to do the right thing. Surely, before taking appropriate action, we don't need to experience an attack like those in Paris. If my colleagues on the other side of the aisle believe the President has overreached, the answer is not to jeopardize our national security by delaying the 2015 funding for Homeland Security. If Republicans wish to circumscribe the President's discretion on immigration policy, the Constitution provides a clear path of action that runs through the authorizing committees, not through an appropriations bill. Last week, the Senate definitively demonstrated 3 times there are insufficient votes to bring up the DHS funding bill with the House-passed poison pill riders. Even if the Senate were to take up the bill, it would be vulnerable to a budget point of order because the poison pill riders have been scored by the Congressional Budget Office as having a net cost of $7.5 billion. Republicans control majorities in both the House and the Senate, and they control the agenda. By allowing a vote on the clean, full-year bipartisan DHS funding bill, the leadership today has the opportunity to make clear that the nation's security takes priority over unrelated policy debates over immigration enforcement strategy. This bill addresses the most pressing needs of the Department of Homeland Security to protect our country from harm. It would pass both houses and be signed by the President today, and we should send it to him. I urge my colleagues to defeat the previous question to make in order consideration of a clean Homeland Security funding bill. I yield back.
The gentlelady